Hello and welcome back to another episode of Better Together at English with Shinrai Sensei. And today we are going to cover different kinds of verbs: indicative, imperative, interrogative, conditional, and subjunctive. Right? So, indicative verbs state a fact. I bike, I biked, I will bike. Right? The fact is I am biking, or I went biking, or I will go biking, right? The fact is I'm going to do that, or I have done that, or I am doing that. That's a fact, right? Then you have your imperative verbs. They're used to tell people what to do, right? And if you know the word imperative, it's pretty obvious what that means, right? You are given an imperative. Go do that. Do that, right? So, with the imperative verbs, you see, get out of my bed, close the door, bring me my wallet. And usually with the imperative verbs, you'll notice that the verb almost always starts the sentence, right? If it doesn't always start the sentence, it most of the time does. So, get out of my bed, close the door, bring me my wallet. You always start the sentence with a verb because you're trying to get them to do the action, and so you call the action out first, right? Interrogative verbs ask questions. Was the alien blue? Will you see the new movie? Usually, you'll see the was, will, how much, how did it, whatever, what, who, what, where, when, why, was, will, stuff like that will be the first word of the question, and then obviously it'll have a question mark at the end because you're asking a question, you're interrogating, right? Conditional verbs are used when conditions must be met for an action to take place. So you're saying that I will, if I leave the cat alone with the food, maybe he'll eat it. Or in this case, he would look nice in a new hat, right? The condition is a new hat, or in a new hat. And the verb that the condition is based on is maybe he would look nice, right? So he would look nice if he got a new hat, right? So think of it as a would-if statement, or an if-would statement, right? If X is this, then Y, right? Or this would happen, right? So if I say, if I put a 10-pound weight on the end of this bar, would it lift up the 15-pound weight on the other end of that lever, right? Stuff like that. Basic questions. But like I said, it's really an if-would statement or a would-if statement. Subjunctive verbs describe thoughts or wishes that might not come true. So, I wish I was a millionaire. I wish I was 10 feet tall. I wish I had a chance to see Mount Everest. I think you should clean up your mess. These are all things that they're thoughts or wishes that might not come true. They could come true. They're not impossible, but not all the time are they impossible. Sometimes they are impossible, though, but not all the time, right? But I wish I had a chance to see Mount Everest, or I think you should clean up your mess, right? Now, I've got these listed 1 through 5, and I want you guys to go ahead and think, if I gave you $5, would you give me that pizza? What one do you think that is? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? If you guessed 4, it's conditional, then you'd be correct. Because you're asking, you might be interrogating, yes, but you're still giving a condition. If I give you $5, would you give me that pizza? You're still offering a conditional to the other person. Give me my pizza. Which one do you think that is? If you said 2, you'd be correct. Once again, notice that the verb is first and it is a demand, right? So you are telling them, give me my pizza, right? If somebody steals something from you and you holler, give that back, that's an imperative statement, right? I wish I had curry. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? If you said 5, that's correct. That is a subjunctive verb, subjunctive statement, right? So, I wish I had curry. You're wishing. It might come true. It might not come true. But you still are wishing for something that you don't currently have, or thinking about something that you don't currently possess. I will give you that pizza. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. If you said 1, you'd be correct. Because it's stating a fact. I will give you pizza. I will give you that pizza. Right? And so long as that's fulfilled, then it is definitely a fact. But the way that it's stated is supposed to be a fact, right? I will give you that pizza. Just wait a minute. Right? Was that pizza with pineapple? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And this one is 3. Because you're asking, was that pineapple on that pizza? Or is that pineapple with pizza, right? You're asking a question. While this first one does give you a question, it's more focused on the condition, right? Giving you $5 is the condition. Whereas this is simply asking about the nature of the pizza, right? So, is that pizza with pineapple? That's asking about that, right? So, I'll go ahead and step aside so you guys can take a picture or screenshot of this. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know or post it in the comment section below. I always read the comments, and I look forward to hearing from any of you guys. If you guys have specific things that you want me to cover, please, once again, leave it in the comment section. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Peace.